Now, fellow Kenyans, believe you me, a time is coming that people will avoid Raila Odinga like plague. You see the 10 plagues that were sent to the Egyptians during the time that the Israelites were in Egypt, when the time that Moses went to rescue the people of Israel. The same thing will Kenyans. A lot of Kenyans are going to avoid Raila Odinga. Imagine even the family members, the sister, that is Ruth Odinga, women rep of Kisumu County, condemned what Raila Odinga did. And in our own statement, she said that she feels so much disappointed by the fact that the MCAs did not continue with the impeachment of Johnson SAKAJA. Why? Because she feels like when someone does not do what is needed or what is expected, the best thing to do is to treat that person as the law says.
The issue of devolution. And one of the main tenets of devolution is that the MCAs are oversighters of the county governments. And therefore, the actual fact that the MCAs of Nairobi came out to oversight and say that they had no confidence in the governor of Nairobi should have been recognized, and nothing should have been done. They should have been allowed to go through with that petition. And I tell the Nairobi MCAs that they should have continued with their process, so that if in case they feel wronged, let them impeach him, let him go to Senate. Let Senate then say that whether he's right or not. But to stop the process when there was already grievances. I am from Kenya, I'm not from Nairobi. I am somebody who is actually a believer in devolution and oversight. And therefore, for me, I feel disappointed in what the Nairobi MCAs have done. They should have gone through the process. They should have ensured that we actually uphold the devolution, the tenet of devolution that states that the MCAs are the actual oversighters of the governor. So for me, I'm very clear and categorical that the MCAs of Nairobi have let down the people of Nairobi.
And sometimes I normally ask myself that people like Raila Odinga are the ones that fought for the constitution. Then why were they fighting for the constitution if they knew very well that a time like this would come? Or maybe they were fighting for the constitution knowing that they will be in power forever. They didn't expect such kind of things to happen. And this issue of wanting to get more with Raila Odinga kona pesa sahi. Why can't he just avoid all these things that zinampaka mato? Because imagine umekuwa na legacy mzuri. So it's reaching a point that now you're supposed to retire from politics. Unapaswa uende utulie. Now you want to leave a bad legacy, a bad name. Imagine right now, and I normally say this, that right now Raila Odinga cannot say anything and people take it serious. There is no single thing that Raila Odinga can say or do that people will take very serious. Nothing. Hakuna hata siku moja. If there is, tell me in the comment section that Raila Odinga saizi akisema hivi ni hivyo. Raila Odinga cannot. Ile mambo yake tunaenda kana vijana saizi. He can't even try because in as much as we believe, or as much as maybe we know that him and William Ruto coming together according to the way they normally say, not that what we think, what we know, according to the way they want to make us think or feel, that them coming together was one of the ways of making Kenyans united, in which we were never separated. Kenyans have been united for a very long time. It is only them that they came together for their own political gain. Hiyo hatujui na hatuko hapo. So hii mambo ya kutudanganya kila wakati tulikuja pamoja to make sure that 1, 2, 3 things work, those things could have worked even if you didn't join hands. And imagine if Raila Odinga did not go and to support William Ruto. Sasa kumekuwa na mabadiliko sana. If Raila Odinga just sat down na relax na endelee na ile kitu yenye alikuwa anaambiwa na majenzi that babu umepigania inchi, sasa wakati umefika wewe pumzika, sisi wacha tuendelee. I think we could have had some little bit of I know for a change to happen. This normally happens at wakati ambapo umetoka kazi ulikuwa unafanya, you want to start a new life. Same as marriage, when you are single, there are no hakuna responsibilities mingi, unaweza ukalala njaa. But if you have somebody, if you're married, now things change. So what I'm trying to say is that kuna kuwa na ile mabadiliko. you can't, and these changes, they're normally good. They're very nice changes, but now they come with prizes. For example, mwanamke akitaka mtoto anapaswa ashiriki na mume wake, na baada ya kushiriki na mume, she has to carry this child for 9 months. So unaona, it's a good thing at the end of the day, because you'll be having a child, maybe you'll be celebrating, you'll be very happy, but now the pain that you pass through during the labor and all that ni ngumu. Unaona, it's a bit tricky. Same as change. Whenever you want change, also when we wanted change in Kenyan politics, Raila Odinga could have just restrained himself from politics. Now achieve Gen Zs, they do what they wanted to do, what they were doing. But then who is Raila Odinga? Akakuja akaingilia karibu kila kitu. But then there are two guys here that I would like to talk about them in a little bit. But before that, let me quickly remind you that if at all you're meeting for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop in the flag at the comment section, tell me what to think and where exactly you are watching this video from. If you're within the country, tell me which part of the country you're watching from. If you're outside the country, you can as well tell me which country, or drop me the flag of the country where you are at the comment section so that I can figure it out by myself. Now, there is this lady by the name of Deborah Auko. One of you requested me to do this, that about this statement that was said by this lady known as Deborah Auko. And she was addressing two gentlemen, two very brilliant gentlemen who has got a very bright future, and they're still there. They don't know what to do. But woga, should we go? Should we not go? And this is what Deborah was telling them. I'm speaking about Baba Owino together with Edwin Sifuna. This is what she was telling them. But I will respect my friends Baba Owino and Edwin Sifuna the day they leave their mother parties and start their own, either collectively or singularly. The day they forge their own political paths. Yeah, you guys are now in your early 40s. There is nothing you are fighting for in established parties that have owners. Raila Odinga did not stay in Ford when it wasn't working for him, even if it belonged to his dad. First he rebelled, then he said, fuck it, I'm forming NDP. President Ruto did not stay in KANU even after YK92 made him. He ditched KANU despite Moi being his own dad, and sailed his people to new coalitions that resonated with his aspiration. The likes of Patrick Lumumba, Guevara, Thomas Sankara did what they did at your age. If you have a fire in your chest, branch out and test yourself. Take a risk. I don't know what exactly we are supposed to do when all you guys do is cry for a seat at the table that was built for somebody else. Nobody expects you to win an election in 2027, maybe not even in 2032. Raila did not win the election in 1997, never won any election, but has his decisiveness and courage has earned him a very important seat at practically every administration. Raila has taken political risks that at times rendered him dirty, broke, and isolated. I wrote about it at the death of his bodyguard. Ruto had to sail 20 years in different positions, including carrying a dead weight twice to a throne before he sat at that throne himself. Nothing about politics is linear. Nothing about politics is easy. But you have to start somewhere. Either be a conformist or a maverick, but never both. It's a maverick ruling this country. Men who see half a chance and take it. Conformists are still holding press briefing, hoping for breadcrumbs as elections near. We are having a generational technical shift that, but leaders of this generation are still crying tears at the beheads of their godfathers who might not even be relevant in 15 years. Oh, I have not been given a ticket to the governor. What do you expect to hand? Who do you expect to hand you a ticket? You think Raila is who he is because someone handed him anything? You think Ruto is president because someone handed him anything? Nigga has even stood at the ICC facing the hangman nose in his journey to that seat. Rigathi at 60 is doing more work than men 20 years younger. If you believe you have a fire in your belly, breathe out and vie. Risk it, win it or lose, then deal with it. My vote is with you both. with both of you, but I'm so sick of the indecision and the bickering. You are either in or out, and we move on. Can we see men? Now, I want us to talk about this statement. It's a very powerful one and a very advisive one. If the people that was told this or were told this maybe got the information. I'm saying this because if you try to look at ODM right now, ODM has personally, I don't think if ODM is going to be very much vibrant as it used to be in the past years or in the past elections. And that one reminds me, let me ask you this question. Do you really think that suppose ODM will not have a presidential candidate in 2027? Most of the people will be elected under ODM. Do you really think it can happen? If it can happen, how? If it can't happen, why do you say that? Tell me in the comment section. Because personally, I think that the vibrancy of ODM is normally there because of the people that, because they normally feel the presidential candidate. But from the look of things right now, you can't tell me that Raila Odinga is going to vie for the presidency. Never. Apart from Raila Odinga and ODM, who else can vie for the presidency? Do you want to tell me that people like Peter Kaluma can vie for the presidency? Kwanza, who is Peter Kaluma? You know, Peter Kaluma is not even ukichukua Peter Kaluma. Acha niache Babu Owino ama Osifuna, because how do watu anajifanya na anajipima nao. Take Peter Kaluma here and Maverick Aoko. Wewe unadhani nani ako na so much influence than the other? Do you really think Peter Kaluma has got more influence than Maverick Aoko? Never on earth. So this issue, this narrative that Mara ODM, it's pathetic. Kama mtu anakanwa mpaka na watu kwao. Even the sister herself is saying that, bro, what you... In short, anajaribu kuambiwa indirectly that what you did was wrong. Hii mambo ya kuchukua pesa, you are the it's like Raila Odinga is the sanitizer. Raila Odinga is the one that sanitizes everything. Mtu akiwa na shida, Raila ndio anakuja na sanitize. Mambo inaendelea. Now, 2 months, 1 month, 2 months ultimatum that SAKAJA has been given. Do you really think that it's going to do anything? Si bado ataketi tu aseme, after all, si bado Raila yuko. Wakijaribu kuni-impeach, Raila atajitokeza na atanisaidia. A time has come now for Raila Odinga to leave this book, because, you know, the more he does this thing, the more watu wanazoea. Alafu ile siku ambayo atatoka kwenye siasa, ataacha wao kwenye shida sana. Especially those people who depends on Raila Odinga directly. You know, I really love Babu Owino and Edwin Sifuna because they don't depend on Raila that much.
This thing called broad-based, I don't know where it exists. Personally, I don't recognize any entity called called broad-based. There is a government of Kenya Kwanza under the leadership of President William Ruto. Every cabinet secretary who serves in that government serves the Kenya Kwanza government. And I want to join what Senator Khalwale has said. Some of these individuals who joined government recently think they are there to represent their ethnic communities. That every time a cabinet secretary stands up, he tells you how much the Ministry of Energy has allocated to power projects in Nyanza. So the rest of us lawyers are sitting there wondering, Allah, so who is going to speak about the projects in Bungoma? Who is going to speak about the projects? Honorable Speaker, I have said on this floor that as a Senate, as a Parliament, it is the responsibility of all of us, irrespective of our political parties, to oversight the national governments and the county governments. Honorable Speaker, if there is a problem with a CS, that CS must account to Parliament as an institution, not even to their political parties or this thing monster they are calling broad-based. It doesn't exist in my view. So, Honorable Speaker, yesterday I saw at night, just before the game between Inter Milan and Barcelona began, I saw the CS of Treasury on Citizen TV. He has time to appear before Citizen TV, but he has no time to appear before this House. I refused to watch that interview and switch to the football match because I was expecting him here. The conversations that are important to me from that CS are the ones that happen here. Speaker, we have said, when I used to be in the SBC, that the CSs must write in good time to tell the House that they will not be showing up. If a CS insists on writing on the day before, that is absolute contempt, and they must be called out. Honorable Khalwale, trust me, for as long as I remain the senator of Nairobi, for as long as I remain a senator in this house, and the oath that I took there on the first day that I came to this house, there is not going to be a minister that we are going to, protect or babysit or cover up. It doesn't matter whether they come from ODM or from wherever. They are there to serve the public, and we will call them out, Honorable Speaker, as we have always done. So, Honorable John Mbadi, I will call him by his name, must know that as a house we are unhappy that he has time to attend rallies where he explains how much money Luos are going to get from this government, and he has time to go to Citizen TV to tell us lies about economic growth. When you read the newspapers today, data from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, Honorable Speaker, is saying that the economy has done the worst since COVID, that we have lost jobs, that salaries and wages have shrunk because of the taxation that has been imposed by this government. Then you go on Citizen pontificating there about the work that you are doing. Honorable Speaker, we will call out these cabinet secretaries without fear. Mimi siogopi mutu. We will say these things publicly.
We know very well that right now they have got they have their own their political party yenye wanajaribu kupima nayo.
In 2017, I saw you that time you were under NASA.
Yes.
You said not in exact same words, but in similar language. You're now saying it again. You're working with the Secretary General of ODM, Edwin Sifuna, who is also in Kenya Moja. So what exactly is changing here?
Whatever didn't work in 2017, we will reclaim now. Whatever we lost in the fire, we shall get it in the ashes.
How so?
As soon as possible.
How will you do that?
Through Kenya Moja revolutionary movement.
So what is that? Because you come from ODM, she comes from UDA.
I started by telling you very well that Kenya Moja movement is a movement of like-minded members of parliament. The role of a member of parliament is to keep checks and balances in the excesses of the executive. That is one of the roles that we are playing as an oversight role to the executive.
Does ODM do that?
ODM has been doing that. ODM was in opposition until it joined the broad-based government. But I told you that Baba himself said that you are allowed to speak to the excesses of the government, and he said it severally. So therefore, we will not keep quiet and watch Kenyans suffer. So we will not keep quiet and watch people being taxed because of the unaffordable houses. We will not keep quiet and see our brothers and sisters not going to school because of expensive education.
So when you say that ODM does that, but when you list the like-minded MPs, you're not talking about ODM MPs. I don't know how many you are in parliament. You're talking about a few, and Gaduna Mushamba here. So what has happened there?
First of all, we are not a few. We are close to around 70 members of parliament who are in Kenya Moja movement.
Who are they?
We can't mention them all,
no,
but we are over 70 members of parliament.
I've only seen yourself, Gadana Mushamba, Senator Sifuna, Caleb Amisi, Anthony Kibagendi. Who am I missing?
We are over 70 members of parliament, my brother.
Okay, I'm missing 65.
65, you will see them soon. And I want to tell you that even if you go by the minority, with God makes a majority.
But in parliament, you just said, minority have their say, majority have their way.
Because we are 349 members of parliament, and we are close to around 70, which means that we are still the minority in parliament with the majority of Kenyans.
Inaitwa Kenya One, they have a political party. Iko na Wamuchomba, Babu Wino, his name is Caleb Amisi, Edwin Sifuna. There are Babu Wino said yesterday Pale Citizen TV that there are around 70 members of parliament who are speaking the same language, like mindset. I know people like Ndili Nyoro cannot be there. Wako hapo tu. So okay, another thing that maybe is making these guys fear. Let me talk about this statement concerning these two gentlemen, Sifuna and Babu Wino. One thing, another thing that maybe I feel or I think is making them bado wapime hewa is, running a political party in this country is not easy. It's very expensive. because there are a lot of people wamejaribu na wameshindwa. So maybe that is one of the things that is making them wajaribu kupima waone kutakuwaje, kunaendeleaje. But at the end of the day, they will have to make choice. It is either you stay there and be doomed, or move forward and make a difference. Just like the 4 lepers in the Bible, if you read the Bible, they decided to move because they say that tukikaa hapa tutakufa, tukienda bado tutauawa. So heri tuwawe tukienda na mbele kuliko ukaa hapa na tukufe. Heri tukufe tukijaribu. You better die trying than die not trying. You see, you better fail trying than failing not trying. How many people failed until they made it? A lot of people. So sometimes you just have to sit down and ask yourself that, what do I really want? How do I really want to make a difference? And then you'll find a better way of making that difference. Change starts from within, not outside. It starts from within. What is the first decision that you're making? Do you really want that change? First of all, you have to ask yourself, do I really want this change? And if I really want this change, what am I supposed to do to make sure that I get this change? After all, guys, that is just my thought. And that is all I have for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to drop me a comment and tell me what you think and where you are watching this video from. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface. Bingo.